Paints, KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
So, I mean, brings the minutes of Nepalese ODI cricket to a close, and you'd have to say that it's been a pretty good one for them with the Netherlands.
कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी, हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन र बम्पर उपहारमा 1 किलो सुन र स्क्रैच गरी जित्नुहोस् ल्यापटप, स्काईवर्थ टिभी, स्मार्टफोन, वाटर प्युरिफायर, इमर्जेन्सी लाइट, ब्लुटुथ स्पिकर, पावर बैंक, घडी रु 200 देखि 500 सम्मको नगद छुट र गिफ्ट भाउचर्सहरू। जति छिटो ग्राहक बन्नुहुन्छ त्यति नै धेरै जित्ने मौका। आजै कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस्।
स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VOC मुक्त Japan को सर्वोत्कृष्ट healthy home paints KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
जति खेर नि
Honda. KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
Out presentation of Media Hub.
जति खेर नि
सपना जुनै होस्, हामी भोलिलाई अझ सुन्दर बनाउनेमा विश्वास गर्छौं। एनसेल, आज भोलि सबैसँगै
झुल्किरहेछ, बढिरहेछ, छर्दै मिठो मुस्काउने
नाता मनको अटुट छ, निभाउँछु साथसँगै।
उडिरहेछ, बढिरहेछ,
फिजाई पङ्ख सम्बन्धको सम्बन्ध 50 वर्षको Honda.
72 for 3. Sandeep to resume bowling to the later.
2 balls left in the over. And defensive forward. You ever see a Dutch player making one of those global leagues?
Wow.
Do you think they have an eye on what's happening with the Dutch team? Those team owners and managers.
Well, I hope so. As the later there, I don't think he's picked the wrong in there. I'm pretty sure that was the wrong, and he's gone back to cut. He's come in, and he's a bit lucky to get away with that one. But yeah, listen, you.
स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VOC मुक्त Japan को सर्वोत्कृष्ट healthy home paints KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
कान्तिपुरको स्वर्णपुर 2 मा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी, हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन।
Scott Edwards and particularly Tobias Visay opening the batting in T20 cricket now for Holland. I mean, he's a dangerous player and he should be getting snapped up in leagues, I reckon. Oh, and there we go. That's well bowled from Katka. Crazy can't quite believe that. He's had a little fish at one and he's nicked it straight to slip. A good catch going to his left. I'm not sure who that was at slip, but it was a very good catch. And I'll tell you what, Katka deserves that wicket. He's put it in a good area. No, he did have to play at that. Excellent delivery. We've seen a couple that have just taken off the length there.
And again, as the Dutch try to get out of the strong Nepalese bowling performance with a couple of big shots, a wicket falls from the other end.
It's good bowling, really, isn't it, Paris? I mean, he's just put the ball in the right area. He's getting a little bit extra bounce.
कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी, हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन र बम्पर उपहारमा 1 किलो सुन र स्क्रैच गरी जित्नुहोस् ल्यापटप, स्काईवर्स टिभी, स्मार्टफोन, वाटर प्युरिफायर, इमर्जेन्सी लाइट, ब्लुटुथ स्पिकर, पावर बैंक, घडी रु 200 देखि 500 सम्मको नगद छुट र गिफ्ट भाउचर्सहरू। जति छिटो ग्राहक बन्नुहुन्छ त्यति नै धेरै जित्ने मौका। आजै कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस्।
कम्फर्टेबल छ, कन्भिनियन्ट छ, इजी। नयाँ केटाहरूको लागि हो, नयाँ केटीहरूको लागि हो।
यो त सबैको लागि हो। Honda scooters, यो सबैको लागि हो।
Played an awful lot for Holland in recent years and was probably the main, well, perhaps the main reason why we won the World Cricket League Championship was the batting and bowling of this young man. He did very well. He's not played a lot for Holland in recent times as he's had commitments with the Otago Volts where he's plying his trade in New Zealand now, trying to crack it in New Zealand, playing first-class cricket. Inside edge to start. Full delivery. He's just pushed at that.
Well, he's off the mark. That's the most important thing.
He's off the mark. That's right. I think it's funny, isn't it? The wicket, it's obviously doing a little bit from back of a length when the bowlers get it right. I mean, we would have said there when Cooper and Myberg were blazing it all over the show that it was flat and it was going to be. But we just see when the bowlers get it right that it's a bit tricky.
Which one of the Dutch bowlers do you think is looking at this pitch most interested right now?
Oh, it's well bowled and a good shot from Deleda. Well, given that the seamers have got a little bit out of it, but also Sundeep is getting a bit of turn, I think all the bowlers would be reasonably keen right now. Obviously a very good bowling attack that the Dutch have with good variety. You know, the seamers and Klaas and Snater and Vermakera. But then you've also got the spin in Saylor, the captain, and Michael Rippon. So, I mean, well, if we have a look at it right now, they'll all be pretty keen for a bowl.
Straight a bit towards the leg side. It's a leg by.
Particularly looking forward to seeing Snater bowl today. And he's just been getting a few. He's been playing a lot of cricket actually, playing for Essex, both in the first team and in the seconds. He played against India the other day in Essex in the Indian touring match, and obviously that was a great experience for him. But really looking forward to him watching him back in Orange today.
Holding his head, the bowler. This fantastic game-changing spell of bowling by this legend of Nepalese cricket.
Look, I tell you what, it's hard when you first go out to bat, but Michael Rippon pretty keen to get bat on ball there. He's advanced to put Katka off his length a little bit. He's just really pushed at that quite hard, and Katka's getting a little bit of nibble from that length. I can see what Rippon's thinking. He's thinking about getting down and covering that length. But he's had a wee nibble at that one, that's for sure. It's well bowled. Oh, and some shape there to finish the over. That one certainly swung away a bit.
साथमा अघि बढ्ने प्रेरणा मिल्दछ
सपना जुनै होस् हामी भोलिलाई अझ सुन्दर बनाउनेमा विश्वास गर्छौं एनसेल आज भोलि सबैसँगै
उडिरहेछ बढिरहेछ विजय पन्थ
सम्बन्ध 50 वर्षको
Games that they like playing it.
Fast on wicket a bit. Just a single for the lead.
Sandeep with his first ball now to rip it. Fellow leg spinner, you'd hope he'd pick him. But I'm not convinced he did there.
As you mentioned, he plays at a very high level in domestic cricket in New Zealand.
No, that is the wrong one again, but it's outside the line. Michael getting well forward there. And he's getting his pad outside the line. It's probably perhaps going on the stumps, but it can't be out. Good decision there from Rizwan.
There's a lot of pressure on the Dutch batsman right now.
Another wrong and a bit shorter now. It's allowed Griffin to rock back, play one of his favourite shots, a bit of a tennis slap down, smacking it down to long off there for one. We've seen Delada, he's been pretty keen to use his feet when Sandeep's given it some air. It's good batting that. If you want to get to the pitch of the ball though. Sandeep bowling beautifully here.
It really is a joy to watch a guy at his skill level. That's it pretty well.
Okay, this one, another wrong one. A little bit short, but Delada's definitely picked that one, which is the advantage of facing a few deliveries, isn't it? So obviously we need these two, well, Netherlands need these two to stick in there, as I said earlier, and it gets easier against the leg spinner. Delada showed it there, very nice little shot down the ground.
One of the strengths of the Dutch team is that they bat very deep normally. Is that the case today?
It certainly is. I mean, you've got Shane Snyder, who doesn't mind whacking the ball. He's at number 9, and Scott Edwards, who's been in...
कान्तिपुरको स्वर्णपुर 2 मा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन र बम्पर उपहारमा 1 किलो सुन र स्क्रैच गरी जित्नुहोस् ल्यापटप स्काईवर्थ टिभी स्मार्टफोन वाटर प्युरिफायर इमर्जेन्सी लाइट ब्लुटुथ स्पिकर पावर बैंक घडी रु 200 देखि 500 सम्मको नगद छुट र गिफ्ट भाउचर्सहरू जति छिटो ग्राहक बन्नुहुन्छ त्यति नै धेरै जित्ने मौका आजै कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस्
Good length, a little bit of shape again. It's just a sensational spell here from the skipper. Things were going pear-shaped for Nepal when he brought himself on. Took responsibility, as he so often does. He's come in and, I tell you, what are his figures? Because it's been sensational.
He is 2 for 9 of 5.1 with 26 dot balls.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it? 6th over, 2 for 9, and he's really strangled this Dutch batting effort. Good delivery, and a nice stride there from Rippon, covering the shape. As I said, you know, he's not going to beat you with pace, but he's just going to wear you down, wear you down, wear you down. And as we saw with the Baresi dismissal, hitting a good length and just took off a little bit. If you consistently bowl in good areas, you get your rewards. And he's certainly done that so far today, Paris Kaka.
attempted an attacking shot.
It's almost cleared the front net here a little bit. I think ball not quite coming on though with on this wicket. It's not quite coming onto the batsman, particularly at Paris's pace or lack of pace.
It is all line, isn't it, for him? It's that line that he bowls that is so perfect.
Oh yeah, and the length. I think even more the length even today. Using this, he's bowling beautifully, isn't he? Okay, that's a bit too full. I was just talking about his length. Talking about his length, and he's just got a bit full there, and Rippon's too good a player to miss out on that. Beautiful cover drive there from Michael. You can see here that Paris has maybe just gone searching a little bit. Fair enough. It's a sixth over. He's bowled beautifully. That's a bit full. You see the shape away. It's actually a very good shot on the up. Not actually the worst delivery from Paris. Just tempting Rippon into a drive. He didn't need a second invitation. He's put it away. But Paris won't be discouraged by that. Still getting a bit of shape with his ball.
Rippon has moved to 7 with that boundary. And Katka straight back in his groove. That is a single.
So I'll tell you what, did Katka get a little touch on that because yeah.
बड़ी रहेछ छर्दै मिठो मुस्कान यो
नाता मनको अटुट छ निभाउँछु
साथसँगै उडिरहेछ बढी रहेछ
फिजाई पङ्ख सम्बन्ध 50 वर्षको होन्डा स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VOC मुक्त जापानको सर्वोत्कृष्ट हेल्दी होम पेन्ट्स KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
Number 19, Basant Rekmi, who's going to get the ball.
Yeah, as I said earlier, this guy's a quality operator. And he's coming into the game with Nepal right on top. It's not a massive turner of the ball, although on this wicket he might get a little bit. It's mainly trying to beat players in flight. And a good start from him, right on the spot. How many overs did Sandeep bowl there, you?
He bowled 4 overs, 1 for 22.
It's a short spell from him. I think the Dutch will probably be, you know, as much as Regmi's a good operator, I think they'll be happy to see the back of Sandeep at this stage. Obviously, he's still got 6 overs to bowl, and he will bowl them, but I probably would have given him a couple more here. It's good footwork from Rippon. And down the wicket to Regmi there, and a nice easy single down to long off. You know, I just think, you know, another wicket here, and they've almost broken the back of this Dutch batting lineup. So, you know, I think both these batters will probably be more comfortable facing Regmi. Saying that, he is a good bowler, like I say, but he's no Sandeep. And as you see, this just already just looks a little bit easier. I mean,
they're coming forward with a bit more confidence, aren't they, against him?
Well, it's not that it's bad bowling; it's just finger spinning as opposed to wrist spinning, and it's a different killer fish. And saying that, Paris Katka knows what he's doing, that's for sure. So he'll probably go and get a wicket straight away now, and I'll be proven wrong.
That's what they call a commentator's curse. That happens. Heading back. There might be 2 in there.
Oh, that's great running from young Deleda.
Have you seen the running between the wickets change in your time as an active cricketer?
Well, definitely in my time in the Dutch team. I think when I started playing for Holland, I don't think there were too many boys under 100 kg. So, yeah, the running between the wickets a lot better.
I noticed it last year at the finals day for the 2020 that especially ACC's running between the wickets was so sensational.
Oh, look, those ACC have got the 4 Zufika boys, and they really put you under pressure in the field. They run between the wickets really well, and I guess if you're young, athletic and quick, you can put fielding teams under a lot of pressure, and that was good from Deleda there, getting that 2. That, you know, a lot of guys are only taking 1 there. Very comfortable over of batting we've just seen there. I think it was 7 off, 5 singles and a 2, and very well played.
सबैको लागि हो Honda scooters यो सबैको लागि हो
Sensational spell. It's going to be Curran from the Mulder end.
You can see there's 5 boundaries in his first 3 overs. And starts with that's an interesting delivery. Another one that jumps up a bit. I think there is a bit of life in this wicket.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say from that length anyway, particularly from this end. We've seen a few do that, including the wicket of Baresi. And Curran has found that spot with his first ball of his second spell. I'll tell you what, that would have been close. That would have been close. Very good fielding in there from cover. He's pretty quick. There, that's Dipendra. He's come charging in. This would have been close with a direct hit. Played with soft hands into the offside. Taken off with a single, but he's onto that in a flash. And I think he might have been in trouble there, Rippon, had that been a direct hit. It's great fielding. Curran continues. He doesn't mind a back foot punch, as you saw there. He didn't quite get this one in a gap, but it's a shot that he likes very much. It's a shot that brings him a lot of runs.
That's a good shot. And what's this one there? Another 2 runs to the Dutch total. Score is up to 92.
And you see that he's looking to hit back of a length, but you can't give width at the same time. He's hit back of a length there, just a little bit too much width, and Rippon's not going to miss out on those. It's actually great fielding on the boundary there. Probably would have thought he'd got 4 runs there, but good stop to save 2 runs. Can't be giving width to Michael Rippon on that length, because he will cut you all day. Yeah, it's well bowled.
Well, it carried.
Oh yeah, it's very good bowling. He's hitting that leg. There is a bit in this track.
स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VOC मुक्त जापानको सर्वोत्कृष्ट हेल्दी होम पेन्ट्स KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
कान्तिपुरको स्वर्णपुर 2 मा यहाँलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी, हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन र बम्पर उपहारमा 1 किलो सुन। स्क्रैच गरी जित्नुहोस् ल्यापटप, स्काईवर्थ टिभी, स्मार्टफोन, वाटर प्युरिफायर, इमर्जेन्सी लाइट, ब्लुटुथ स्पिकर, पावर ब्याङ्क, घडी रु 200 देखि 500 सम्मको नगद छुट र गिफ्ट भाउचर्सहरू। जति छिटो ग्राहक बन्नुहुन्छ त्यति नै धेरै जित्ने मौका। आजै कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्ट।
I'm not sure that at 92 for 4 I would have the minimum amount of players required in the circle. I feel there might be the opportunity to bring up perhaps mid on or mid off here.
Keep up the pressure a bit more.
Well, there's that. Maybe tempt a big shot out of the guys because they don't really want to do that now. They're trying to rebuild. They want to collect the singles. I don't know. It's very easy as a commentator to sit here and always push for very aggressive cricket. But
that is your new life.
all commentators are always pushing for very aggressive cricket. But I'm sure that I'll definitely have mid long on up anyway.
There's a lot of room for a single on the leg side.
Yeah, he doesn't mind that though because it's a tough shot square the wicket on the leg side for the left arm spinner doesn't mind seeing. He's just hitting a good length here though, Regmi. This is a good second over from him. See if Delata wants to use his feet. I think he probably will this ball. Picking. There he goes.
Yes.
Straight back to the bowler.
Well predicted, but no runs. Yes, the Dutch passed 50 in the 8 over, and right now, after 20, they haven't reached 100 yet. That tells you something about how economical the Nepalese bowling has been since. And there's always a risk when you have a double bowling change that the batsman will seize that chance. But these two seem to have control as well.
Very, very good over that. He hit a good length. The lady did well not to get frustrated. I mean, the Dutch, they need to rebuild here, don't they? And, you know...
Comfortable, sir! Convenient, sir! Kiji! Naya केटाहरुको लागि हो! नयाँ केटीहरुको लागि हो!
यो त सबैको लागि हो। Honda Scooters, यो सबैको लागि हो।
ल मैले है आफ्नो फ्रेन्डको लागि बिस्मिल्लाह यो फिलिङ्स बुझाउनै सक्दिन तपाईहरु आफै आएर हेर्नुपर्छ
You guys met, but that was probably a very different wicket.
Look, it wasn't an easy wicket there in Kwai Kwai, fair to say. But it's actually pretty similar circumstances. Delata worked very, very hard the last time we played against Nepal. I think he got 30 off 65 balls or something like that and dug us out of a bit of a hole. Allowed us to score a competitive total one, which was, in the end, I think 30 runs too many for the Nepalese, so could be a bit similar here today. I'll tell you what though, the Nepalese are all over the Dutch here. Good little comeback here from Curran. Might have gone for a few in his first 3 overs, but he's come back nicely and he's hitting a good length. The length that we've seen Paras hit, the length, particularly from this Mulder end, that has been pretty challenging for the Dutch batters. good batting. Just a little bit straighter there from Curran. And Delata with soft hands just pushes to mid-on, and they're off. These two are quick between the wickets and a comfortable single. You see that he's just got him behind the line there. It's really good batting. When your team's in trouble, you need someone. He's a cool head. For a young fella, as I said. Shows a lot of maturity, does Delata. Curran here, continuing to rip in. He's bowling well. A little bit fuller, looking for a bit of swing there, Curran. Well covered from ripping. I'll tell you what, there's a few Nepalese people here, Yub, which is good.
Yes, there's a good crowd in. I remember Nepal visited Holland a few years ago as well. It was also a very well attended match.
Wasn't it? I remember that well. That was quite exciting. A bit of singing and dancing going on. Oh, that's well run too.
Yeah, it looks closer than it was.
I think he was home. That was very, very good cricket. A couple of runs there. Paris looking for the direct hit run out, but I think he might have just been home. Yeah, look, I hope they've got... I think that someone told me there might be a food truck around with some momos. I quite like my momos.
What is a momo?
Oh, it's sort of a dumpling-like deliciousness that the Nepalese like, and I like very much too. I'm hoping there's somewhere that's got that there. Here somewhere. Uh-oh. Tell you what, Curran's dropped short there. Delata, he's thrown the bat at it, but it was not a million miles away from point.
It's very hard to do.
It was a good shot, but in the air. And a good diving effort, but not on this occasion. He's got 4 runs. Just a bit of width here from Curran. You see in the replay, big flashing cut shot in the air. Desperate effort there.
Would have been a sensational catch.
It sure would have been. A little half chance maybe.
जब विश्वास मनमा भर्दछ त्यही विश्वासको साथमा अघि बढ्ने प्रेरणा मिल्दछ
सपना जुनै होस् हामी भोलिलाई अझ सुन्दर बनाउनेमा विश्वास गर्छौं एनसेल आज भोलि सधैँ सँगै
Paris to bring himself out of slip now, and he's going to be cutting off that one through long off. It's a good field. That's very well played. He's just drifted onto the pads, ripping onto the back foot, waits for the ball, works it.
And that does bring up the Dutch 100 runs.
Good little shot there.
14 overs. It took the Dutch to score the last 50 runs. That tells you how tough it's been there in the middle.
So what's happened here is that Paris has he's brought himself out of slip, and he's just come into a short mid-off position almost. Quite straight there to cut that one off down to long off. And it's just changed the batter's perspective a little bit, because it's not quite as comfortable coming down the wicket and hitting to mid-off. It's good captaincy for Paris. Excellently bowled. Coming down, getting nowhere near it, adjusted well. But you see Regni's a clever operator. He's just held that one back. He's probably spotted Michael coming down the pitch there. Not as experienced as Basant Regni. Enjoy watching him bowl. Didn't enjoy facing him as much. Okay, this one's a bit shorter. It's a great shot. Split those two fielders there. And he's going to get comfortable 2 out to long off. It's the strength of Michael Griffin, as I said earlier. He likes to rock back and play that slap shot. Back foot wide of cover.
The sun has disappeared for a little bit. There's a bit of a few clouds around. But nothing to worry. There's no rain in the air.
I don't think there'll be much. There won't be any rain today, but it's very pleasant.
कान्तिपुरको स्वर्णपुर 2 मा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी, हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन र बम्पर उपहारमा 1 किलो सुन र स्क्रैच गरी जित्नुहोस् ल्यापटप, स्काईवर्थ टिभी, स्मार्टफोन, वाटर प्युरिफायर, इमर्जेन्सी लाइट, ब्लुटुथ स्पिकर, पावर बैंक, घडी रु 200 देखि 500 सम्मको नगद छुट र गिफ्ट भाउचर्सहरू। जति छिटो ग्राहक बन्नुहुन्छ त्यति नै धेरै जित्ने मौका। आजै कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस्।
स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक।
The Mulder end.
Now in his 6th over. Second spell. Conceded 23 in his first 3 overs, 24. And now only north of 33. So his comeback spell has been pretty good. And he does get some to really carry. There's an interesting bounce in the wicket at a certain spot. And he's using it well.
Isn't he? Just as a skipper did before him, but does he have quite the same consistency?
At what pace does he bowl, sort of?
Oh, look, I don't think he's not as quick as Sompal, who took the new ball from the other end. Handy enough. I mean, obviously we haven't got a speed gun here, but he'd be sort of mid-120s, I think. So it's not the sort of pace that's going to do you for pace, but he's got some skills, and you can see that when he hits that length, he's certainly getting the ball to do something.
Well, the keeper has been taking a few in front of his face.
The bowler and Paris had a little chat there. Deep square, and Shakti has moved. He was standing next to the umpire. He's gone back to the fence. So just thinking, maybe is Karan thinking about trying a short ball here, or is that more of a defensive option in terms of run saver? Could also be thinking short ball.
Yes, that is the lovely chess part of cricket. Every move can mean several things, can mean several strategies, and that is one of the reasons why I fell in love with the sport.
Very good over so far, this from Karan. Finishes it well too. A good over, testing over
वर्षको होन्डा। स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VO
It doesn't have to be too fast right now.
No, these two have done a very good job so far. I mean, it's certainly not anywhere near job done yet, but they came in, I think they came together at 72, so they've put on 32 pretty easy runs, to be honest. And as I say that, there's another single just down to long on, which again is the man that I would have up in this situation. But no, they're doing a good job at rebuilding this innings and hopefully giving a platform for the Dutch to get to a competitive total. Red meat continuing.
Again, some good foot movement, a firm shot, but there's protection out there, so it's just a single. The bowling is still very tight. I'm impressed by the Nepalese.
Yeah, I mean, they're a disciplined outfit.
No obvious signs of nerves for this on this historic occasion. They look pretty professional.
Very much. I mean, this is a team that's, they've been together for a while, these guys. Absolutely, they've played in high pressure situations before, and this is their strength. Absolutely, they get early wickets and they can get into this phase of the game and they're a little bit on top. This is where the Nepalese are absolutely at their best, and it's going to take hard work to get the momentum away from them, and that's what these two are trying to do at the moment. As we see, a little bit short there, and again Rippon on the cut shot, well fielded by my good old friend Shakti out here, and 2 runs.
Doesn't look that old.
I don't think he's that young. He's playing in his last 2 games here, and I really would like to see him have a bowl, actually. Bowl his little left arm sort of in-swingy things, which are very effective.
Has he specifically waited for these 2 games? So he could play the 1 internationals?
I'd say so, and fair enough. I mean, he's been, like I said earlier, a loyal servant to Nepalese cricket for a long time, and this is obviously a big occasion for Nepalese cricket, and good luck to him.
He's been around and
सपनाको आरम्भले जब विश्वास मनमा भर्दछ त्यही विश्वासको साथमा अघि बढ्ने प्रेरणा मिल्दछ
सपना जुनै होस् हामी भोलिलाई अझ सुन्दर बनाउनेमा विश्वास गर्छौं एनसेल आज भोलि सबैसँगै
कम्फर्टेबल छ कन्भिनियन्ट छ केजी नयाँ केटाहरूको लागि हो नयाँ केटीहरूको लागि हो
यो त सबैको लागि हो होन्डा स्कुटर्स यो सबैको लागि हो
the Dutch posting some impressive victories and a bit of a disappointing defeat against Scotland. But and another bowling change.
Yeah, and it's the youngster back, and fair enough. Change of ends for him, and again, as the game was just cruising along a little bit, things are just about to get a little bit more interesting again. Sandeep, who I don't think probably should have been taken off at the start of this partnership, is going to come back now and look to break it. From the Mulder end now.
Let's see if it can be as accurate from this end. First spell was 4 overs, 1 for 22. added one over where he conceded a couple of boundaries. The other three were very, very good. And good spin bowling is always a challenge, especially for associate countries, I suppose. Many years ago, I think it's 95, I visited the Dutch debut in the NatWest Trophy when they were playing Northamptonshire, and
yeah, well, he's not picked that wrong. He's looking for his favourite cut shot, and it's very well bowled again. I'll tell you what, just started a little bit too wide this because Rippon's gone back to cut. He's not picked it, and it's just missed off stump. It's good bowling from Sandeep.
in the game against Netherlands, the Dutch made a sensational start with Cantrell and Clark hitting the pace bowlers all over the place. Then Northend brought on Anu Kumble to bowl, and well, I won't say it was over in a short time, but it was a pretty comfortable win for Northend in the end. Simply because the Dutch players are not used to bowling of that type and of that quality. Anu Kumble, a legend of Indian cricket. I suppose the Test match has started as well by now.
Yes.
India are in England, highly anticipated series.
It's well bowled. A couple of flatter ones to finish the over, and a good comeback over from Sandeep, who just went for the one run down the ground.
109 for 4.
स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VOC मुक्त जापानको सर्वोत्कृष्ट healthy home paints KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
कान्तिपुरको स्वर्णपुर 2 मा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी, हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन र बम्पर उपहारमा 1 किलो सुन र स्क्रैच गरी जित्नुहोस् ल्यापटप, स्काईवर्थ टिभी, स्मार्टफोन, वाटर प्युरिफायर, इमर्जेन्सी लाइट, ब्लुटुथ स्पिकर, पावर बैंक, घडी रु 200 देखि 500 सम्मको नगद छुट र गिफ्ट भाउचर्सहरू। जति छिटो ग्राहक बन्नुहुन्छ त्यति नै धेरै जित्ने मौका। आजै कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस्।
Hard work for the Dutch batsmen here.
Rippon facing.
Very canny bowler, Shakti. He's not an easy man to hit off his length. Not an easy man to use your feet to. And we've had a few good battles over the years. It's good to see him out here playing ODI cricket for Nepal. There you go, on a 6 pins first up. No surprises there. Very good. They're going to get back easily for 2 as Muller does the fielding out here on the cover boundary. Michael Rippon, he accesses those areas, those pockets very well. Both cover and mid-wicket. Later on in the innings, maybe a bit more mid-wicket, but you've seen already today, when he gets back in the crease, he's managed to get those away for 2 when he beats that cover fielder. Very strong there.
hold 2 cricket world records, at least for men's cricket. They, in 2006, bowled out Myanmar for 10 and then finished the game off in 0.2 overs. Both are unsurpassed in international men's cricket at any level. 5 of those 11 runs to win were extras. It was in the ACC Trophy in 2006 against Myanmar.
Well, I think we're probably going to have a slightly more competitive match than that today. Yep, thank goodness.
Well, the Dutch have scored more than 10.
Shakti getting into his work here. Still giving Holland those singles down the ground, which will be very welcome for these 2 batters who came in and when Holland were absolutely under the pump, and they
Honda scooters, यो सबैको लागि हो.
यो फिल्म सुताउनै सक्दिन, तपाईहरु आफै आएर हेर्नुपर्छ. सोनाम टुवर्सको पहिलो गाइडेड ट्रेकमा स्वागत छ.
सपना जुनै होस्, हामी भोलिलाई अझ सुन्दर बनाउनेमा विश्वास गर्छौं. एनसेल, आज भोलि सबैसँग.
Oh, that is turned and bounced, and it's proven a bit too much.
It could be a nice bonus for the Dutch. Does he keep it in? I don't think so. That's 4 runs.
4 buys, but you can't really blame the keeper there because that has taken off, putting a lot of action on the ball there, Sandeep. Turn and bounce and bonus runs, as you say. You're going to take those to the Netherlands.
There haven't been too many boundaries in the last 17, 18 overs, so they will take them any way they can.
Aggressive shot there from the later. He's come down, and that looked like it was the wrong one again. Hasn't quite timed it. Probably a little bit lucky not to get that one to mid-wicket, but he's gone through with the shot. It's a good positive option. We talked about earlier, it's important to stay positive against Sundeep. He's a quality operator. You can't just let him bowl to you.
The neighbour looks very composed at the wicket for an 18-year-old.
Out for one.
It was a 17-year-old bowler against an 18-year-old batsman.
Oh, that's great. I love that. That's why I had to retire, because you add them both up and you get to my age. I mean, I don't know what I was doing out there just recently. Should have retired years ago. This is great to watch. It's proper cricket here at VRA today. And again, a little bit over pitch perhaps, but it's not a bad delivery. It's a very good shot again from Delata. Good composure from these 2, as we've talked about.
My memory is deserting me a little bit, but I think somewhere last year you took one sensational catch in one of the international games. Could be 2 years ago, but it was a very low catch, diving to your left-hand side. Do you remember it? That was one of the great catches I saw during the year.
I really don't remember that. I'll tell you what I do remember. I remember dropping, I think it was Sean Irvine against Zimbabwe last year here at VRA, and
सपना जुनै होस्, हामी भोलिलाई अझ सुन्दर बनाउनेमा विश्वास गर्छौं। एनसेल आज भोलि सबैसँगै।
His first one-day international captaincy match, though he is the most experienced player in number of matches played, I think he's played 37. Of course, made his debut when he was very young. You have seen him come. Did you notice leadership abilities in him? I hardly say no, right?
No, I'm going to... leadership qualities, absolutely. They've developed in recent years because Peter, as we have a 50-run partnership here actually, that's really good effort, good recovery from these two. 122 for 4 on the 29th, but Pete's an absolutely a leader. He's going to be, but he also knows his cricket, which is the most important thing. I don't think many people would have said years ago when he made his debut as a long-haired lout of a boy back when he was 17, 18 that he was perhaps a future captain of the Netherlands team, but he has worked extremely hard on his cricket and he's in a good place in his life and he's incredibly well respected in the group and, as I say, very knowledgeable, so I'm sure he's going to do a great job.
The Dutch trying to use their feet. This time just finding the fielder. And the Dutch have a lot of great cricket ahead of them. In the next couple of years. And that is something you guys have really built towards.
Yeah, I guess obviously incredible opportunities for the Netherlands cricket team in the next couple of years, as you say, being in the World ODI League, playing against the best teams in the world over a period of time. It's not something that's ever happened for any associate team before, let alone Holland. It's a great opportunity we're going to be able to.
बढिरहेछ झर्दै मिठो मुस्कान यो
नाता मनको अटुट छ निभाउँछु साथसँगै
उडिरहेछ बढिरहेछ
फिजाई पङ्ख
सम्बन्ध 50 वर्षको होन्डा। स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VOC मुक्त जापानको सर्वोत्कृष्ट healthy home paints KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
I suppose the coach or the selectors could have picked a few more youngsters if they wanted. We saw a few other faces in the 2020 series. You already mentioned the Sulvika brothers, who were very much a part of that squad.
Good shot as Basant has switched ends here. There's another little short spell there from Sandeep, and he comes on from the Mulder and Deleda down the wicket first ball, and that single to long on, which has been a feature of this partnership, as the Dutch recovery continues.
Yes, Rippon has now moved on to 29, and he has done so without taking too much risk. Deleda 25. Yeah, there's another 2.
For me, that's, as I said before, that he's just played that a little bit later, and he's got it behind point where the gap is to get 2. There's plenty of cricketers out there, or sometimes he smacks it in front of cover for 2, but there's plenty of cricketers out there who just would go back to that delivery and hit it straight to the sweeper. It's really good cricket from Michael. He's just waited on it, he's gapped it, and you get twice as many runs for it. And he's moved to 31, as you say, without any risk, and it's been very impressive so far.
is now the Dutch top scorer. He passed Nederland's innings, was out for 29. Faced 48 balls for 32 runs. The run rate still around 4.3. There's a few guys coming who can hit a ball as well, and these guys can probably accelerate at some point as well if they keep their wicket intact.
Oh, look, I don't think they're going to have to do anything different for quite a while, because naturally they are accelerating because they're not having as many dot balls as they had because they're now in. We see a little bit in the Nepalese body language that this partnership is beginning to annoy them a little bit. They're a lot quieter than when it was 72 for 4, which is fair enough. It happens to every team. But this is where, as I talked about earlier, the momentum is so important to keep hold of. And it's just going to take this sensible batting for another 10 overs. And I'll tell you what, that 10 overs, if these two stay in, through not doing anything, will still go for 5.5 and over because they just, they're in and they're ticking it along nicely. But I tell you, you give one wicket to the Nepalese and they'll be right back on top. So it's a very interesting phase of the game. This is, you know,
it's a very delicate balance.
Absolutely. Well bowled from Basant to finish the over. The end of the 30th. And the Dutch 129 for 4.
Let me quickly run through the bowling figures. Son Powell bowled 5 overs, 1 for 21. Karan Casey 6, 0 for 33. Raskatka 2 for 14 of 6. Labikane 2 for 14 of 6. Rekmi 0 for 22 of 5. And Kojan 0 for 7 of 2. The Dutch indeed 129 for 4. Rippon 33 not out, and Leyden 26 not out. As the Dutch continue their recovery, as they were 72 for 4 at a certain point.
And well bowled there from Shakti. Just held that back a little bit, but Michael Rippon plays it nice and late and finds the gap, which is what happens when you've been in for a while, as we've been talking about. I do feel, from a Nepalese perspective, that, as I said early, very, very early in this partnership, when these two had only just come to the crease, and the Netherlands were in pretty big trouble. We had already the minimum of 5 in the circle, with long on, long off out, cover sweeper and deep square. So I did allow these guys to get those singles, and that's all they've looked to do, and they've got Holland right back in this game. I think perhaps from a Nepalese perspective that it's difficult now because they're in, but early on there were two things. One, Sandeep came out of the attack before these guys had really got settled, and secondly, we've persisted with a long on and a long off the entire partnership, which when you're in trouble it's a big shot over the top. So I just think maybe the Nepalese missed a trick there and they've let the Dutch back in the game.
Partnership is worth 59.
Oh, that's well played. Nice and late again. Square of the sweeper. Not 2 on this occasion though. Mullah's done well out here on the cover boundary. Yes, he shut these. It's well bowled, but Rippon's played it so late. It's a big point on his right. Still looking very settled here.
Yes, this is the most comfortable the Dutch have looked, apart from that small sequence where from the 5th over onwards, as boundaries were suddenly flowing. But very disciplined bowling by Nepal made sure that momentum ended. A couple of doubles now. He's a smart bowler, it looks like. He knows what he's doing. his third over. 10 runs required, conceded so far.
I mean, that's a good shot. He's used his feet there at the later. He's come down and pushed it to that fake it mid on. And another one for the Dutch youngster.
जति खेर नि साइकल
सपना जुनै होस् हामी भोलिलाई अझ सुन्दर बनाउनेमा विश्वास गर्छौं एनसेल आज भोलि सबैसँगै
कम्फर्टेबल छ कन्भिनियन्ट छ केजी
यो त सबैको लागि हो Honda स्कुटर यो सबैको लागि हो
Yeah, we've seen that there's a little bit in the wicket when the bowlers have hit back of the leg. Whether or not that continues in the afternoon, I'm not sure. That might have been just this morning, but I think the Dutch will be very happy with 250 after being 72 for 4.
This look a bit like an old-fashioned one international, doesn't it?
It has been a little bit that way, I guess. I mean, we saw that flurry of runs from Myburgh and Cooper early on, and you sort of felt that maybe the Dutch were going to take it away. But as we spoke about with Kudka bringing himself on, really changed that. And since then, it's been a bit of a scrap, a dogfight, and both teams, it's a good arm wrestle, and these two have done well to bring them back into the game. As we see Delay down the wicket now, nice strong shot, long on, and a single.
Well, just to illustrate how well Kudka bowled, he bowled 36 deliveries, and only 7 of them were scored off.
Yeah, it was a good spell.
Sensational. He holds most of the Nepalese cricketing records already. And a sweep shot to heel.
I'm not sure. It'll be interesting on the replay, this one, I think. Did he get himself outside the line? Did he go across? Because the man at deep square is in front of square. So you can see what Rippon was trying to do there. He was trying to get this one behind to the umpire. And here's the replay. Oh, it's close because it has turned. I'll tell you what, that's close. Looked like it might be sliding on, but Regmi's got that one to pitch and turn. So I'll tell you, I think Hawkeye would have been very interesting there.
Yes. It might be a bit obvious, but we do not have Hawkeye at this game. It's a little bit too expensive a technology for associate countries to invest in.
Absolutely, very, very expensive.
But it has changed cricket.
It's well bowled. It's a good over that from Basan. Clever operator. I'll tell you what, that shout for LBW on the sweep was pretty close.
स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VOC मुक्त Japanको सर्वोत्कृष्ट healthy home paints KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
कान्तिपुरको स्वर्णपुर 2 मा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा द काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी, हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन र बम्पर उपहारमा 1 किलो सुन र स्क्रैच गरी जित्नुहोस् ल्यापटप, स्काईवर्थ टिभी, स्मार्टफोन, वाटर प्युरिफायर, इमर्जेन्सी लाइट, ब्लुटुथ स्पिकर, पावर ब्याङ्क, घडी रु 200 देखि 500 सम्मको नगद छुट र गिफ्ट भाउचर्सहरू। जति छिटो ग्राहक बन्नुहुन्छ त्यति नै धेरै जित्ने मौका। आजै कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा दि काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस्।
As Nepal brought in their captain Tumal and he took his first wicket. Mayberg and Maresi had a bit of a partnership before Mayberg lost his wicket to Lamihane for 29. Maresi then out for 12. Bowled Katka, caught Arif Sheikh. And ever since we've seen 18-year-old Bas Den Lede not out 29. And Michael Rippon 36, recovering.
Enormous, absolutely enormous. I think that was on the roof.
एनसेल आज भोलि सबै सँगै।
50 वर्षको Honda. KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
Out presentation of Media Hub.
एउटा सपनाको आरम्भले जब विश्वास मनमा भर्दछ
जतिखेर नि साइकल
विश्वासको साथमा अघि बढ्ने प्रेरणा मिल्दछ।
सपना जुनै होस्, हामी भोलिलाई अझ सुन्दर बनाउनेमा विश्वास गर्छौं। एनसेल आज भोलि सबै सँगै।
झुल्किरहेछ, बढिरहेछ, छर्दै मिठो मुस्कान यो
नाता मनको अटुट छ, निभाउँछु सँगसँगै।
उडिरहेछ, बढिरहेछ,
फिजाई पङ्ख सम्बन्धको सम्बन्ध 50 वर्षको होन्डा। स्वास्थ्यलाई हानिकारक VOC मुक्त जापानको सर्वोत्कृष्ट हेल्दी होम पेन्ट्स KNP, a subsidiary of Kansai Nerolac Paints.
कान्तिपुरको स्वर्णपुर 2 मा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा दि काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस् र पाउनुहोस् हरेक हप्ता 1 किलो चाँदी, हरेक महिना 10 तोला सुन र बम्पर उपहारमा 1 किलो सुन र स्क्रैच गरी जित्नुहोस् ल्यापटप, स्काईवर्थ टिभी, स्मार्टफोन, वाटर प्युरिफायर, इमर्जेन्सी लाइट, ब्लुटुथ स्पिकर, पावर ब्याङ्क, घडी रु 200 देखि 500 सम्मको नगद छुट र गिफ्ट भाउचर्सहरू। जति छिटो ग्राहक बन्नुहुन्छ त्यति नै धेरै जित्ने मौका। आजै कान्तिपुर राष्ट्रिय दैनिक वा दि काठमाडौँ पोस्टको ग्राहक बन्नुहोस्।
कम्फर्टेबल छ,
कन्भिनियन्ट छ।
केजी
नयाँ केटाहरूको लागि हो, नयाँ केटीहरूको लागि हो।
यो त सबैको लागि हो। Honda scooters, यो सब।
I'm very impressed by Nepal and their discipline in the bowling, their line and length, the fact that they don't show any nerves. But the Dutch have responded really well with this partnership. These guys are batting really well together, and the Dutch are building towards what could be a very competitive total. What is your estimate of where the Dutch could end?
Well, during the power play, when Ben Cooper and Stefan Myberg were cracking Karen KC all over the place for boundaries, I thought 300 was on course, and then Paris Katka had a phenomenal spell. Medium pace, 6 overs, 2 for 14 in his first change spell. And these two have been working hard to rebuild. I still think 280, 290 is within reach on this ground, especially if you've got Salar and Edwards there to come.
You were at Lord's on the weekend?
I was at Lord's for the rain.
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of cricket.
How about that? You have the best summer in European history. Pick the only Sunday with rain. captain.
Clever slower ball by Katka. It mixed up his pace. He was through the shot early. Michael Rippon. Say just dipped late. That's the change of pace, and then defender Singh Airy, again, he's been a live wire in the fields wherever he's